Hello everyone, Ted Clayton here. This video is going to be titled Parents, Height, and Opportunity. I'm surprised that this was something that I hadn't had in mind or thought about until recently. It was a video that I saw on YouTube. It was someone that I'm not subscribed to, just a random video I saw. Sometimes I get into this rabbit hole where I start looking at what people think of height with short men. So I go down this rabbit hole, and I'm now stopping. I'm trying to not do that anymore because it's just a thing of this world wants to do what people are going to think what they want to think. I have what I believe, and I'm just going to leave it at that. So one of the something that this person had shared in the video was that a big concern parents had was if their child ended up short, that they would have less opportunities of success in the future. So this is a big concern, big worry for parents. And I thought about this, and again, this was something I saw this video some time ago, and what made me want to do this video was something I saw earlier today. And again, maybe I'm projecting myself in this situation or projecting in this situation. I was having some lunch earlier today. I saw a mother and their son. Their son was taller. These two they're both Caucasian, and it's not really that is not relevant in this case. But they're both Caucasian, and I saw what appeared to me a very prideful look in the mother. So I said, okay. To me, it makes me uncomfortable when I see this because looks alone is definitely, there is value in that. I'm not going to definitely challenge that, but who is this person? So I'll leave it at that, right? But anyhow, that made me want to do this video. And if that is a valid concern, I would say in my experience, that was completely bogus. Or rather, I guess let me explain it to show you where I'm coming from. Because I overcame any kind of obstacles, and I had gotten little to no support from family and friends. Speaking of family and friends, there's one calling me right now, but I'm going to continue doing this video, and I'll get to them in a moment. So again, and now things are becoming more superficial, so there is more attention being brought to these things as opposed to before. But again, it was always something that, at least for me, I saw as, I can understand where it's less desirable or less appealing, less attractive, but it was always something that I believe if people could just see who I really am, then that would transcend all those things. And now it's showing that the reality is a little different. Okay, so all that to say, one of the things in American culture, matter of fact, let me back up a bit. I grew up in the lower class, poor, and a minority. And you could say male if you want to have that conversation, and short, right? And not tall. I made it into the industry. I got into college. I got into a great university. Got into NYU. And made it into the industry. Started making some inroads in the industry. And I'm not going to get into my bona fides right now, but I was working with big name celebrities, was in the mix with a lot of people. That was a perfect opportunity for family and friends to guide me, to help me. And I didn't get that. Not in the way I believe. With family, I would say that, yes, there were people around to If I needed some money, there was that. Uh, if I needed a place to stay, there was that. With my mother, I grew up with my grandparents. With my mother, if I needed a couple of dollars or if I needed to get some food, and she never really gave me money. So if I needed some food or something, I'd go hang out with her, just kill some time, go hang out with her. Or my father, I stayed with him and his family for some time. But I got into this world, and where I was going with this was, or what I was alluding to earlier was, in American culture, the dream is to become a celebrity. So I got into this world and really got in, right? And again, because you you may not have seen, for those who are seeing this, you may not have seen my other videos. So I've worked at big names in hip hop and also in classical fine art music. The list goes on and on, right? Not going to get into that right now, but worked with some pretty big names, A-listers as well, and was really in the mix. So in America, our dream is to become celebrities and make it to the top, right? And I made it, and the help wasn't there. And what I mean essentially is help navigating, because the thing is, I had the talent, the skill, and the drive to do it, but I didn't understand the world that I was getting into. So you have to look at it from my perspective. Oh, okay, yes, we can put it out there. Where again, I didn't look at it so binary, where my looks were such a determinant in this. It was more of, again, a more abstract kind of concept. Okay, I understand that, or basically transcending, which is, I think, the kind of common understanding that most people have. Transcending your looks or any kind of handicap in order to succeed in life. So that's how I looked at it. Was, okay, I know I'm talented and I know I'm at least good looking. I'm facially, I'm good looking, but I'm short. So okay, all right, I get it. Everything else is working for me, but that. But I know I am talented, and that was natural. So it was like, okay, let's make something happen out of this. That was naturally my thought process. And it's like, living in a movie. But then you get into this world and you don't understand what's going on. And a good person going into this world is a good person's not going to last in that world very long. And what I think was happening, and I could be wrong. I'm always up for a a conversation or any kind of correction from family and friends. But what I think was going on was, because I made it and achieved so much, gotten to such a level, people saw it as I was going to leave them behind. So I don't think they were looking at things from my perspective. So again, just to recap and to kind of draw this up a little bit, height did, at least for me, height did not play was not such a big issue. Please forgive me for the mask. I know, again, I'm a little self-conscious right now. I just was watching a YouTube video, and some of these things could be like a doorway to image to energy. So I was just watching a video about how people want to avoid ugly people, but in society, and they were talking about fat people, and there's an argument for that. But then they included short people in there, so it's like, okay, nobody wants to see me. I'll put a mask on, to keep it, simple for everybody. But also, I want to share my message, share my thoughts. The only thing is I'm wearing glasses, so I'm trying to have some room to breathe. But I am in an enclosed space and isolated from other people. And I'm about to wrap this point up. What was I getting at? I was saying that I started feeling like what was happening was people were. I got to such a level, people were feeling like I was leaving them behind. I kind of lost my point a bit, but that was basically it. Uh, Yeah, I kind of just lost my point, and that's why I just had a beer just before this, and I don't like to drink before, but I had the energy to do it. But that's to do this video, but that's basically it in a nutshell. I don't really need to drive any other points home. Uh, height wasn't. I think that's why I left off. Height wasn't a big deal for me. That I think that's where I left off. Height was not a real obstacle for me. It probably was, and I probably didn't know if I look back. There was probably things here and there, but it wasn't an obstacle for me. What was the obstacle for me was once I transcended, I didn't get that help that I really needed to keep me up at that level. And you can argue that if I have a certain handicap and I don't have any help, then I'm going to sink. And it's not going to be as forgiving as if maybe there was some other more forgivable attributes. I think you guys probably see where I'm going with this. So again, I don't want to point fingers to anyone specifically, but I would say as a whole, with family and friends, with family, I would say it was more of a thing of, I'll probably group them all together. But if I had to group them all together, meaning that family and friends saw me go to a certain level, and they then probably started to feel that I might leave them behind, and just based on certain things that I heard, or just the way that the behaviors came across, that's how it came across to me. But if I had to break it out, I would say with family, it was that sentiment, and then with friends, it was more of a just going along for the ride. But I don't think people were seeing that I was learning along the way as well. I was just that talented that I was learning along the way as well as them. So, just putting that out there, if that is a thing, then I would say to parents, look, that is a valid concern. I definitely wouldn't say to treat them any differently, but that is a valid concern. So, equip them with the fundamentals and then see where they go. So at least you can say to yourself, you can have that peace of mind to say, okay, well, I did the best I could, and I'm always here for them. But in my case, I took it, I took it to certain levels. I reached a certain level, and the rug was pulled under my feet because I didn't know the world I was getting into. And I think from family, this is really what I'm alluding to with family. What I believe was happening was they felt that I was leaving them behind, because I gained so much momentum that I could possibly leave them behind. And I want to say that one person actually said that, but I'm not going to. Yeah, I mean, this video has already been kind of long, but I just had a little flashback. I think one person actually said something to that effect. So just putting that out there, just in essence, bringing things to the middle, finding the middle ground. Anyhow, that's all for right now. Masking up because, don't want to offend the beautiful people. I'm just the little guy, literally and figuratively, right? Thanks for listening. Enjoy the rest of your day.